Hello, folks. Who saw this one coming? Meta, the story of the day. Not something we've said very often for quite some time, but a huge Q4 beat on revenue. Promises here to scale back spending. That's been a big concern. You didn't have this big pivot away from the metaverse the way that I know a lot of investors wanted to say, who've been scratching their heads for a while saying, Zuckerberg, what are you doing, man? Right? We didn't quite get all that, but the $40 billion stock buyback announcement is now the second highest out of any company other than Chevron, which we talked a lot about last week. What are some of your big takeaways from this report? It popped 20% in pre-market, having a big day.
Yeah, my takeaways are, thank goodness, right? Our thesis was it was just too cheap, but the danger was, they just would continue to spend maybe way too much on the metaverse. Unclear, right, if it was going to pay off. We just thought the most attractive part of it is, it's really an advertising business, right? And as long as there's more and more eyeballs going to that business, it is an extremely attractive and profitable business. This quarter showed up, and that's why I think you just see this massive relief rally, because you mentioned it. One is they cut back a bit on the capital spending on the metaverse. Two, you didn't mention this, but they were able to convert more. One of the big issues was that the changes with the Apple privacy policies didn't allow them to know as well what was going on the iPhones. They clearly have made some headway there, which means advertisers will be willing to pay more for those ads if they have more transparency. That was a great news item. Lastly, the eyeballs looking at the different social media sites that Meta owns went up again. So while you can say, hey, the macro is not as good, because usually when you get a slower economy, there's slower ad growth. That's all true. But the long-term value of the business is what you really care about if you're investing in these kind of things.